Well, if you want the real Armageddon for Ohio State this year, or the scenario that is something interesting to watch, is Labor Day night, and you know this, when Boise State plays Virginia Tech. If Boise State wins that game, there's a kind of a cumulative effect on the non-automatic qualifier that from 1998 when we started this BCS to where we are now, that they are no longer just getting into the BCS games. They're winning these games. So now you have this effect in 2010. Voters want a reason to give Boise State or TCU a chance, not just to get into the BCS, because they've already proven that. Now they want to give them a reason to get to the national title. And if Boise State beats Virginia Tech on national TV, and 2 weeks later at home on the blue turf beats Oregon State, and they run the table, and they're sitting there at 12 or 13-0, and Ohio State's 12-0, and Alabama's 11-1, or Florida's 11-1. That's where it's going to be interesting, because it's no longer, it's a non-automatic qualifier. Look at their whack schedule. No. It's because of what happened in 09 and 08, and Utah beating Alabama and Boise beating Oklahoma. See, and now it's let's give them their chance. So that's, to me, going to be a time when you, if you're an Ohio State fan, they need to win, and when they're supposed to win, they got to put it on them, because then people will say, well, Ohio State definitely should be the team that's in the championship game. You don't want to get into one of those style point issues when it gets into late November and early December, because I think people right now want Boise to get in.
Hey, let me just want to say one more thing about it. Miami game. Close loss, you can recover from that, correct? I mean, because it's September.
Sure,
absolutely. Granted, the other things have to fall away, but is that one of the blessings maybe of playing that game early, one way or the other, for either one of those teams?
See, if I were coaching at a program like Oklahoma or Ohio State or Texas, without a doubt, I would always have one of these kind of games, because it gets your players' attention in the off season. And like you said, if you lose and you play well, you can pick up the pieces and still finish and have an outstanding year. And you're going to learn more from that experience than killing a team that you know you're going to beat. That's think about Penn State. You could say, how is Penn State going to Alabama to play at Tuscaloosa, defending national champs? You know what? I'd rather Penn State play that game than play against Youngstown State, I think, is their first game. They're going to gain more for their program moving the rest of the year, because I guarantee you they won't get blown out. I guarantee you they're going to compete, and they may win the game, but at the very least they will not get embarrassed, and then they go back home and they can say, here's Alabama, guys, and here's what we did, and here's how we can get better, and it's going to help them. And so I think for Ohio State playing Miami, I think it's a great thing. It gets the players excited, and if they win the game, obviously it gets more attention. If they lose it, hey, you know what? We got to pick up the pieces and try to get better, and you have plenty of time to move up in the polls, because all it takes for Ohio State is teams ahead of them to lose, and they're going to shoot right past them.
Where are you going to be that day?
I'll be in Tuscaloosa.
Your Bowden's supposed to be in the press box. Bowden's supposed to be in like a private.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm Mal Moore made that promise a long time ago.
Now, obviously, I'm really intrigued by this game. I really think that Miami's skill and the quarterback and their attitude, I think they're looking at this, and you can understand this and appreciate this. This is their chance on a big stage to show the country that they're back. Exactly. It's that kind of thing where it's like, Ohio Stadium, and Ohio State probably should win the game, but I don't think it's going to be a game where you just roll the ball out and Ohio State blows them out. I think it'll be a war.
Well, think about it. But it's also an early Heisman showcase, isn't it? I mean,
without a doubt. Whoever wins that game, and whichever quarterback performs better, without a doubt, will be, you turn on SportsCenter, it's going to be so-and-so wins the game, and he's now one of the front runners for the Heisman Trophy, without a doubt.
Kirk, always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, you too, man. You too.
I wanted to ask you, talking about Pryor there, I mean, what do you expect out of him this season? What have you seen?
Well, I think forget Terrell Pryor, just any quarterback goes through what he's been through as a true freshman and a true sophomore. It's only natural to grow in that third and fourth year. And I think the game experience, that's the thing you just can't underestimate, how important that is to him. The game experience, the successes, the struggles, that's going to make him the guy that we are all anticipating this year, the guy that's going to play with a little bit more composure, the guy that's going to make good decisions, the guy that's going to be able to shake off if he makes a poor throw and throws an interception. If he gets there, along with the decision making that and the footwork and things that are obvious, this kid could be so much fun to watch because the ability he has around him, the offensive line, the backs, everything is in place for him to have a monster year. Now it's just a matter of if that natural growth is just a human is in him, which I think we're all anticipating that it will be.